everybody, this is Stacy at lovethatbug.blogspot.com. And today I thought I would share with you a few flowers I made. And I made all these using the crickets, okay? And they're not your standard glamorous flower, but they do work as flowers for quick projects. And these were all made using cardstock. This one was made with pattern paper, so you can use pattern paper as well. Some of them I actually glittered. Some of them I embossed. I don't know how well you can see the embossing on there, but it is embossed. This one's also embossed. But I think, and these ones here I made with food coloring. This was just a scallop punch I had. So I punched out 5 scallops and then just drizzled food coloring on them. This one was also with food coloring, as well as this pretty green one. So I figured I would share with you how to make them. Like I said, it's a great way to use your extra scraps of paper that you have. You know, or extra cardstocks or pattern paper, them small pieces. So what I have here is a little rubber mat, and I use this when I'm using water. Okay, so and the cardstock I'm using, let me back up. The cardstock I'm using is the Accent Essentials, only because this one has lots of shapes. It's got the standard circles in there. It has scallops in there as well. You know, you can see the scallop here. So what you do, I chose 5, and these are all ranged in sizes here. Okay, so I have one that's 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, and 2 inches. Okay, and this makes a really nice flower. If you want to make a flower fuller than that, like my blue one here, okay, this is a lot of layers. My blue one, the back piece is actually 3 inches, and it goes down in 1/4 inch increments all the way to 1 inch. So again, the flower depends on you. Okay, so just lay your scallop pieces out, take a little spray bottle, and then just wash or spray the flowers or the scallops. Flip them over and spray them again. Okay, then you're going to crinkle them up when they're wet. And, you know, this is a good job for the kids to do. I don't know any kid that doesn't like scrunching up paper. Okay, so just scrumple them all up. Okay, just like that. And then we have one more to go. And wetting them just makes the cardstock a little bit more pliable. Okay, once they're all scrunchpled or scrumpled together, you're going to unwrinkle them. Okay, and basically all we did here was add a little bit of dimension, okay, to each of these scallops. Okay, then once you have them all undone, you're going to take your largest one. In my case, it was the 2 inch one. Layer on the 1 inch one on top of that, or the 1 3/4, the 1 1/2, 1 1/4, and then the 1 inch on top. Okay. Then you're going to take a hole punch or whatever you have. I'm going to use the crocodile here. And I'm going to punch a hole in the center. Okay. Take a brad. And I'm using these real cheap brads that you get from Office Depot. So you don't want to use your good ones because you're not really going to see the brad anyway. Put the brad through the hole. Close the prongs. Okay. Then it looks like this. Now at this point you're going to take them all again and scrunch them all back up to the top. Okay. You're going to, let me zoom you in. Let me get rid of this. Zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, you're going to take the one layer at a time and scrunch them all the way to the center of the brad. Okay, your second layer, you're going to scrunch that one up as well. Your third layer, again, just scrunch it all up. Then your fourth layer, or again, as many layers as you want to use. And this is that white core cardstock, so the edges are white. Which will add a nice touch to it. Okay, and then we're going to scrunch it all up again, really tight. Just watch out for them brad prongs back there. Okay, then when you have it all scrunched up, you're going to basically at this point unscrunch it. Okay, and just play around with it until you think, you know, it's the way you like it. Okay, so it's going to look like that when we're done. Then I also take my let me zoom you out. A little glass cutting board here, my little Cricut tool, and my heat gun because we're gonna dry this really fast. It only takes like a few seconds to dry. If you're gonna use the flower immediately, you want to make sure it does dry thoroughly. A few more seconds. If I knew how to fast forward my video, I would fast forward it so you didn't have to watch me dry it. But okay, that should be good. Okay, so it's nice and dry, and when it dries, it gets nice and hard. But now I'm going to show you how I get to go about embossing it. Okay, so I have my little folded paper here. my Versamark, and I'm going to be using white embossing powder. I thought that would be different. Okay, so take your embossing pad, take your brad first, and you want to bend your brad back like this, so you have like a little bit of a handle. Then you're basically just going to dip the whole flower in your embossing ink. And it ain't going to be perfect because you can't really cover the whole entire flower because, you know, we got them squishing it. Okay, so we're going to make sure it's covered the best we can get it covered. Take that, open up your embossing powder. Okay, and then sprinkle it on. I think the white's going to look pretty on this. Sprinkle that on there. Okay, that's pretty well covered. Put it back over. Shake off all your excess. Okay, so it looks like that. I'm going to set this aside very carefully. Okay, and then you're going to refix your prongs in the back. Okay, let me close up my lid. And then we're going to emboss this. So again, take your little pick and hold that down. And you're basically just going to heat it until the embossing powder starts to shine and melts. And again, you don't have to emboss it. You can use glitter. You can use your re-inkers, your shimmer, your glimmer mist sprays, whatever you have. Well, like I said, they're not the world's most prettiest flowers, but they do serve as flowers. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up. Hopefully that brad's hot. Okay, can y'all see my flower? You know, and it looks pretty neat. You know, and not all flowers are, two flowers are never the same. And I think it's a great way to use your extra pieces of, you know, your scraps of cardstock or pattern paper that you have. Just be careful with the pattern paper because it can tear because it's a lot thinner than this. But anyway, guys, that's my little flower video, or my how-to video. I'm going to zoom you in here so you can see. Sorry for that darkness there. My hand got in the way. I'm going to zoom you in here so you can see a closer look. And I just keep them on this little little wooden box I have. Again, this is the one I embossed. Okay. The other one I embossed was this purple one, the glittered one, the food coloring one, and this one. This is probably one of my favorites because see how thick it is. Just by crumpling it up a different way, you know, it just adds a bunch of, you know, like I said, they're not perfect. They're not the kind you buy at the store. But, you know, I like the idea that we're using extra pieces or extra cardstock that we would normally throw away and repurpose it. Anyway, guys, any questions, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.